Okay, let's unpack this. We are dropped into Asyut, Egypt, 2014. Imagine the quiet of an apartment complex, late at night. Inside, a man, Mohammed, known as Al-Dunjuwan, the ladies' man, he goes for his gun. And in those pre-dawn hours, he murders his pregnant wife and his 4 young children while they're asleep.
It's horrific, and the crime itself is shocking, obviously. But what's maybe even more disturbing is the decade-long spiral that led up to it.
Exactly. 6 marriages, this whole cycle.
What's really fascinating here, if you look closely, is how Mohammed seemed to spend his entire adult life chasing validation. This path to mass murder, it wasn't sudden. It was this slow, toxic buildup.
Fueled by a secret.
A deep internal secret, yes. He wasn't really looking for a partner, not in the way most people do. He was, well, obsessed with proving he was viable, proving his status, countering that secret. This story, it's a chilling study in how insecurity, when it's denied and fueled by reputation,
It can just destroy everything.
Yeah.
And everyone. So our mission today is to trace this path. Starting back in 2001, when he was, just a factory worker in Asyut, we follow him through this relentless cycle of marriage and divorce, right up to that final devastating act.
We need to understand the psychology. What were the turning points that led Al-Dunjuwan to see his own family, as well as disposable props?
Props that no longer served his story. Okay. Let's start at the beginning. #tag denial in the fatal pattern.
All right, 2001. Mohammed is 28. He's described as physically strong, got a job at a big factory. Seems like a good catch on paper.
But he's refusing marriage, right? Despite his family pushing him.
Persistently refusing. And the reason? It's this very private issue, an undisclosed sexual health problem that needed careful, ongoing treatment.
Okay.
Now, doctors told him, you can live a normal life, have a family if you stick to the treatment. But he was terrified of the social stigma, the shame of disclosure.
So that concealment, that's the foundation for everything that follows. At 29, he decides he's feeling better, maybe the issue's gone away.
He convinces himself it's past.
And he marries a 19-year-old girl. But he doesn't tell her about his history. He chooses deceit.
Right. He rationalizes it, thinks it's behind him. But deceit, well, it guarantees failure almost immediately here. His health problems came back within a month.
A month. Wow.
Yes. And when his wife found out about the secret he'd hidden, the marriage was over. Just 2 months total.
2 months, and the source mentions she actually kept his secret.
She did. But she begged him, pleaded with him, be honest next time, tell the family. It was a clear warning.
A warning he completely ignored. He just thought he was unlucky.
Seems so. He didn't see it as his failing, but just bad luck. So he moves right on. 4 months later, marriage number 2.
This time, a different kind of woman. Stronger personality, family ties.
Yes, reportedly. And crucially, this time he does disclose his condition.
Okay, that's a change. How did she react?
Positively, initially. Supportive, said things like problems have solutions, and this marriage, it actually lasts.
This is the long one, 9 years.
9 years, yeah. They have 3 sons together. He starts successful treatment during this time. Gets very attached to the boys. On the surface, it looks like stability.
It looks like he finally got what he supposedly wanted.
Exactly. But underneath, it was an illusion. Mohammed remained deeply insecure. He started suspecting his wife wasn't really committed to him.
Why? What made him think that?
He thought she cared more about her own family. Their siblings were married too, you see. His sister married her brother. So the families were very intertwined.
So he saw the connection as transactional, maybe, not about him.
It seems that way. That need for external validation was just relentless. The 9 years of seeming stability, the kids, the treatment, none of it fixed that core paranoia.
So even with proof 9 years, 3 healthy sons, successful treatment that wasn't enough to quiet the insecurity, the secret was still more powerful.
It appears so. It was like a bottomless pit. He didn't just want normalcy. He wanted to be seen as highly desirable, completely free from the shadow of his illness. The moment that external structure, the family connection, showed cracks.
His paranoia flooded in. #tag weaponization and the obsessive cycle. And the cracks appeared because of those family ties, right? A conflict between the siblings.
Precisely. His sister and his wife's brother had a falling out. And his wife, well, she sided with her brother.
Which led to his deepest fear becoming reality, his secret being exposed.
Well, weaponized, really. The brother-in-law knew Mohammed's private medical history, and he started spreading it. Publicly.
Oh.
And he didn't just spread it, he twisted it. He framed Muhammad's wife as some kind of hero for sticking with him, basically painting Muhammad as this damaged liability she was tolerating.
That must have been devastating for him. Public humiliation on that scale.
For Al-Dunjuwan, yes.
Yeah.
It completely negated those 9 years of effort in his mind. It turned his stability into a public joke.
So the marriage ends, 10th year divorce, and this is where it gets even darker for the children.
It's heartbreaking. His ex-wife divorces him and just leaves. Abandons all 3 sons, aged 3, 5, and 8 at the time, leaves them entirely with him.
Just walks away from 3 young boys. That level of indifference.
Wow. And that perceived indifference from her, it ignited something in him, an obsession.
His whole motivation shifts now, doesn't it?
Completely. It's not about finding love anymore. It's about controlling the narrative, managing his public image. He felt blamed, humiliated.
So his solution is more marriage.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Marriage number 3 is a pure act of revenge. He marries his ex-wife's closest friend.
Thinking it would make her jealous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He wanted to provoke a reaction. Any reaction.
It'll work.
Not at all. His ex-wife apparently showed zero concern, total indifference, which just confirmed his worst fears about her feelings or lack thereof.
And the third wife?
She couldn't handle his recurring health issues, and worse, she was reportedly cruel to his sons. The marriage lasted 4 months. Another quick divorce.
So 3 failed marriages. What's his takeaway from all this?
His conclusion is fascinatingly skewed. He doesn't look inward. He decides he has a selection problem. It's the women he's choosing that's the issue.
Not his own behavior or the deceit or the insecurity.
No. So he moves apartments, tries to reset.
Yeah.
And he decides he needs help vetting the next wife. He gets a relative involved in the selection process.
This is getting desperate. And it leads to some odd choices, doesn't it?
Very odd. Marriage number 4. He marries a woman who also has a history of medical issues related to past abortions. They apparently bond over the shared experience of health complications.
Yeah, okay.
A different approach.
And they actually conceive a child together, a daughter, after treatment. But even then,
Still ends in divorce.
after about 1.5 years, yes, divorce. And he takes the 4th child, the baby daughter.
So now he has 4 children from 2 different mothers. And he's single again.
3 months later, he's on to paternity. Marriage 5. This time, he tries for maturity. He picks a woman 3 years older than him, hopes for stability, sense.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. The source says she found him unkind, even violent, and describes her as perhaps too youthful in spirit for him. Another divorce. 4 months again. 5 marriages. 4 children living with him. And somehow, his confidence seems intact. He still thinks he's the prize.
It's baffling, isn't it? Families were apparently still willing to consider him, and he still believed the problem wasn't him, it was just finding the right woman. He failed to see the destructive pattern he himself was creating. Hashtag the financial trap and psychological descent.
Okay, this relentless cycle brings us to the final marriage. Number 6. This is 2014. And this time, the bride's family is wary, right?
Understandably so. 5 divorces. Rumors swirling, they were cautious, so they demanded something significant as protection.
The Mokhar.
Exactly. A deferred dowry of 150,000 Egyptian pounds. It's a substantial amount, designed as a financial safety net for the wife. If he initiates a divorce, he has to pay it. Non-refundable.
So they're trying to make divorce financially crippling for him, a deterrent.
A huge one. And he agrees to it. He walks right into this economic trap.
Why would he do that?
Maybe desperation. Overconfidence. Maybe he thought this time would be different. And initially, things look good from his perspective. His new wife gets pregnant very quickly.
Which, for him, is proof. Validation. Proof of his health, his manhood.
Exactly what he craved. But predictably, conflict starts brewing. She apparently didn't treat his existing 4 children well.
But this time, he can't just walk away easily.
He's trapped by that 150,000-pound mukar. He feels he has to tolerate the situation because he literally can't afford another divorce initiated by him. The pressure starts building intensely.
And then come the triggers.
3 major triggers hit him almost simultaneously. First, around the 4th month of pregnancy, they find out the baby is a girl. He's furious. He desperately wanted another son.
Okay, trigger 1, disappointment.
Trigger 2, his old health problem comes back. He'd neglected his treatment. So another perceived failure, another blow to his image of himself.
Health failure, disappointment. And the third.
The third is psychological. These 2 failures collide and seem to cause a complete breakdown in his thinking. The source describes it almost like a possession. Doubt enters his mind. Shaitan, the devil, whispering doubt.
Doubt about what, specifically?
It starts perhaps with the unborn child, but at the virals. It poisons everything. He starts intensely questioning the paternity of all his children.
All 4 of the older ones, too. Even the sons from the 9-year marriage.
Yes, despite years of certainty, this toxic doubt just takes over his mind. It rewrites his past.
So you have the financial trap, the public shaming looming, the health issue back, the disappointment over the baby's gender, and now this corrosive doubt about all his kids. That's a lethal combination.
It sets the stage for the final confrontation. By the 9th month of pregnancy, things are volatile. His wife threatens divorce, threatens to leave the new baby girl with him, just like his second wife left the boys.
Echoes of the past abandonment.
Deeply triggering for him. He calls her brother, maybe looking for support, to complain. Instead, he gets contempt.
The brother-in-law again?
Yes, the same one who shamed him before. He threatens Mohammed, says he'll use that 150,000 EGP contract to throw him in jail, rubs his face in the illness again, publicly shames him over the phone.
And Mohammed snaps.
He threatens to kill his wife right there during the call. But the brother-in-law, he just dismisses it, thinks it's just anger talking. A fatal miscalculation. Hashtag, tag, the unrepentant act.
So Mohammed hangs up the phone. He's trapped, financially cornered, publicly humiliated again. His health is failing. And now his mind is consumed by this idea that none of the children are his. He just stews in it.
He dwells on the insult, the paternity doubts. They fester overnight.
And then around 2 a.m. the next morning, he makes his decision.
Formalizes it. His wife is heavily pregnant, due any day. His 4 children, the 3 boys, the little girl, are asleep in their beds. He goes and gets his gun.
The sequence is just chillingly methodical.
It reveals a cold rage. First, he shoots his wife once in the head. Then he goes into the children's room, shoots each child once in the head.
3 sons and his daughter.
Yes. But he wasn't finished. He then goes back. He circles through the rooms and shoots every single victim, his wife and all 4 children, a second time to ensure they were dead.
My God. But even that wasn't the end of the violence against his wife.
No. His rage, his perceived grievance needed more. He goes to the kitchen, gets an axe or a machete, satur, and he strikes his wife's body twice on the head with it. He later said this was to get his rights from her.
Just unbelievable brutality. And the source mentions, incredibly, no one heard the shots.
Eerily quiet, no neighbors reported hearing anything. The aftermath is almost as disturbing as the act itself.
What did he do then? After murdering 6 people, his wife, 4 children, the unborn baby.
He took a shower, changed his clothes, went to the kitchen, and calmly ate dinner.
Ate dinner.
Then he got in his car and drove to Cairo. His plan was apparently to hunt down the brother-in-law, the one who'd insulted him on the phone.
Did he find him?
No, he couldn't locate him. After 2 days searching, he drove back to Asyut, presumably to deal with the bodies.
But the crime had been discovered by then?
Yes. He was apprehended as soon as he returned. The police were waiting. And right up to the end, according to the account.
No remorse.
Absolutely none. His focus remained entirely on the insult, the perceived betrayal, his lost status, the lives he took. They seemed secondary, just obstacles removed. Tools that had failed him in his quest for validation. Hashtag, crouch outro. When you pull back and look at the whole decade, the pattern is undeniable, isn't it? Mohammed's crushing insecurity meant his entire sense of self-worth was tied to external things. Marriage, children, reputation.
Things he could point to as proof he was good or desirable.
Exactly. And the second those things were challenged or became inconvenient or financially burdensome, they became expendable to him. He discarded them.
And thinking about the bigger picture, the source points out something quite damning about the community's role, or lack thereof.
Yes, it highlights how the tragedy is compounded by the behavior around him. Think about it. 5 divorces, known issues, violence reported in the 5th marriage, open rumors about his health. Yet family still considered him marriage material.
They allowed him access. Why? Were they just impressed by his persistence, his outward appearance of wanting normalcy, financial stability, perhaps?
That suggests a failure in vetting. Maybe a willingness to overlook red flags for the sake of appearance or convenience.
Yeah.
Allowing this predator, essentially, into their homes.
And there's that chilling detail about the second wife, the mother of the 3 boys he murdered. Her complete disappearance after the divorce.
Our abandonment of those children. It's
Yeah.
impossible not to speculate. Did that indifference, that absence, somehow plant or water the seed of doubt in Mohammed's mind later on?
Did it give his paranoia that final, fatal piece of evidence he needed to justify the unjustifiable? That maybe the children weren't truly his if their own mother could walk away?
It's a deeply unsettling possibility.
It really raises a tough question for you listening to this. When someone's identity is that fragile, that dependent on external validation, How easily can they be swayed by a destructive narrative, like paternity doubt, even when years of reality argue against it?
And what's the real cost when we, as a community or as families, prioritize appearance or convenience, or maybe even tradition, over digging deeper and demanding accountability for clearly toxic patterns? What happens when we don't protect people from predators hiding in plain sight?
That's definitely something to reflect on. A heavy but critical thought to end this deep dive on the tragic story of Mohammed Al-Dunjuwan. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you next time.